We gotta talk about these t-shirts. Stomach bug hit your boy hard this week. Ugh. So the first time I heard about a $100+ t-shirt was a few years ago when Kanye West got a lot of press for selling a plain white t-shirt for $120. I'm used to purchasing, 3 packs of Hanes t-shirts and just wearing the hell out of them until they get so ratty and yellow and stained in the armpits that they're completely unusable. I throw them away, then we buy another pack, rinse and repeat. I never really thought about it again much after that until I started getting into this heritage clothing game, and then I started seeing all of this stuff about Loopwheel t-shirts, artisanally crafted in Japan out of the finest materials, making them the way that they did 100 years ago. And again, I started looking at the price tags on these things and they were shocking. Truthfully, the idea that one cotton t-shirt could be that much better than another cotton t-shirt was kind of beyond me. So I figured, what the hell, I'll buy some expensive t-shirts and I'll compare them to my ratty old Hanes and Gildan shirts, and we can see physically what the differences are between them. Okay, so there's a couple of terms that we need to understand before we start getting into this. That would be loop wheel and tube knit. The vast majority of the t-shirts that we own, or so I thought, are woven like normal cotton fabric and cut into patterns and then stitched up to make a t-shirt, and you end up with these unsightly seams on the sides of the t-shirt. But when I started looking at the t-shirts in my closet, I noticed that the vast majority of them didn't have side seams. Had I inadvertently been purchasing loop wheel t-shirts all this time and didn't even know it? Well, no. After a little bit of research, I realized that these are tubular knit t-shirts. A loop wheel t-shirt is created on a loop wheel machine, and there are only 2 factories in the entire world that still have these machines. One is in Japan and one is in Germany. And every company that makes a loop wheel t-shirt uses one of those 2 factories to do so. They basically have a machine for each size of t-shirt that they want to make. It creates a tube of fabric, and then the only thing that they really have to sew on is the neckline and the sleeves. A tubular knit t-shirt is made on a modern machine that uses the same principle of creating a tube of fabric, but it's a variable machine, so they can make all different sizes on a single machine. Now we have to realize that from our 3-pack of Hanes t-shirts up to these $100+ t-shirts, there's a lot of options in between. But from what I could see online from my research and reading reviews is that there seems to be a sharp break at around that $30 to $40 t-shirt, and then another sharp break between that and then your like $100 t-shirts. So I bought a couple. The first one I bought was this Naked and Famous heavyweight tee, and this is a tubular knit t-shirt, not a loop wheel t-shirt. And then after a whole lot of deliberation and going back and forth of which one I was going to buy, I decided to go with the Studio D'Artisan loop wheel t-shirt. They had 2 options. They had this one, and then they also had one that was a Suvan gold cotton t-shirt, and that t-shirt was like $40 more than this one, so I had to have a limit somewhere, and that was it. Alright, so first let's check out this Naked and Famous t-shirt. Right off the bat, I can tell you the fabric is very, very soft. This is a heavier weight t-shirt than my Gildan. You can physically see visible difference between like the thickness of the fabric and the necklines. The seams are something that I notice is a pretty big difference between these 2. This is the Gildan, just kind of your normal stitch together, whereas the seam on this Naked and Famous is a filled seam, and so that basically means the fabrics are folded over each other and stitched down, so it just makes that seam a little bit stronger. This is definitely a higher quality t-shirt than the Gildan or the Hanes. It's also roughly 6 to 8 times the price. Let's take a look at the Studio D'Artisan shirt. This feels like I'm opening a Christmas present to myself. Yeah, this is completely different type of fabric. This is very heavy and it's a lot more structured. It smells very nice. I mean, you can see the texture. Okay, interestingly, with the seams, it almost looks like the kind of seams you see on like a sweatshirt. I mean, lots and lots of stitches on this shirt. Even though it's not a felled seam, you can tell these are going to be very, very strong and they're going to hold up. And again, this neck line is very interesting. It's definitely not as cushy as the Naked and Famous one. It's got a rougher texture to it. I don't know how that's going to feel on me. But yeah, I mean, just in hand, these t-shirts both feel like very, very high quality. Oh, God. All right, we're going to try these t-shirts on and take a look and see how they fit and they feel. But before we do that, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy content like this. Not me looking and feeling sick, but in general, me talking about heritage clothing and footwear and watches and whatnot. So right out of the package, the Naked and Famous t-shirt fits really well. Nice and loose, but still form-fitting around my chest and my shoulders, and the comfort level is just off the charts. It's a little long, but when it's tucked in, it looks fantastic, and I'm sure that will take care of itself once it's washed. But it's just such a nice feeling shirt. Goes great with blue jeans. Obviously, I mean, it's a plain white t-shirt. It's going to go great with just about everything. But this one in particular, I mean, it's so bright, so crisp, and it just fits so well. It almost feels like an activewear t-shirt as opposed to like a fashion shirt. Now, the Studio D'Artisan shirt is not as soft as the Naked and Famous one for sure, but it's a much heavier fabric and much sturdier, and it's just got a lot more texture to it. The length is fantastic right out of the package, and because it's loop wheeled, it's not going to shrink much at all. Loop wheeled shirts are known for maintaining their shape and their structure over time, so this shirt's going to fit the same way forever basically. And I mean, again, it looks fantastic with blue jeans. It fits my chest and my shoulders really well. It might be a little more snug around the chest than the Naked and Famous right now, but the Naked and Famous one probably will shrink some over time. And between the two shirts, the Studio D'Artisan definitely feels the most high quality. It definitely feels like it's a shirt that's made to last a lifetime. What do you guys think? Are these t-shirts worth the price of admission? In my opinion, I think they are. I will have to kind of think about how they feel and they fit over time. But in the short term, I gotta say, for the amount of money that I spent on them, I'm actually pretty happy. I wear white t-shirts a lot, like a lot of you guys do, and I can tell just by the way that they're constructed and the fabric and all that stuff that they're gonna hold up a lot better than these Hanes and these Gildan shirts that I've been beating up for years. As long as I can keep from spilling coffee on them, I think I'm gonna enjoy them for a long time. Bye.